I wasn't looking at the left wing, I was looking at the right wing over there, where I was expecting a little bit of trouble. So, why Dave as the best man? So, if I start there, I've known him for over 20 years, and he's been a great guy. And while I say that, I'm desperately hoping he doesn't give me too hard a time, and that he and Foran haven't been sharing notes. So specifically, I'd like to thank you, David, for your support over recent times, which you know, you've been a real pal, and I found his support invaluable, I have to say. Now, Sunita and I were the first. Well, sorry, I should say, we went to see Jude and Dave, and I introduced Sunita, and I said, I used the term my best pal. So they knew she was very special, and whilst it was some little while ago, it's taken me quite an inordinate amount of time to get her here. Okay, but they did understand she was very special, and I thought that she was very important. Okay, and I also got it here. But I was determined not to let her go. And she still looks fantastic. Okay, now the next thank you is a general thank you, and you know, for the MBAs amongst us, you'll find this is an all-encompassing kind of solution. So I didn't want to say thank you to you know, this person, next person, but I need to say thank you very much to Joe and to Pauline. And also Mary. I see Mary's over there, I think, somewhere. Okay, and for their help with the preparations, because of the logistics of getting managing a venue at this distance. There's quite a lot of work, as you appreciate. And then my catch-all is basically anybody else who helped us, and I haven't mentioned. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah.
Elvin's revenge or not, I don't know. So I've thought about my riposte now to Foran's input, and I wanted to give you some background as to how Sunita and I met, and what it's taken to get her to this table today. Now, what Foran neglected to say is he's only been in Bangalore, India, for the last 18 months. Okay, he took out a very senior job. He's a president of the company he works in Bangalore. Now, he went out there 18 months ago, and at that stage, he was in fact single. He's never been married. And
engaged.
Well, yes. But in that 18 months, he's met his new wife, got married, and had a baby. Fabulous family, and his wife's name is Anita, and he has a baby son by the name of Neil, which we like to say, again, cracking. Anyone who knows it will understand that. But what you may not have appreciated is he got married a year ago. So in the space of a year, both Foran and Sunita have got married. And I don't know what Jay and Pam thought, but they spent you know, a considerable amount of time waiting for this us to come along, and they both come in at once. Okay, now, when did I meet Sunita? I met her quite a few years ago now, and we'd conversed quite a bit. And I said, well, why don't we go out on a date, as you do? And it was quite a challenging relationship on all fronts. And, it started off. Yes. It started off in a difficult way because I found myself in Basildon that particular day, and we'd elected to meet in Guildford. And it coincided on a very, very stormy March, beginning of March. And there were blizzards and so forth, and they'd shut, I think, the whatever it is, 26 or whatever in Kent. And I thought, well, I don't fancy going to Guildford now I think about it. And I think I'll go home, so I was going to go up to Watford. But, I wasn't able to because there was about 19-mile tailback because the motorways were all in a seriously distressed condition. So the only option I had was to go forward, if you like. And so I phoned and I said, right, I was going to be there. But then Sunita kind of went, well, actually, I'm quite busy. I'm not sure if I want to be here either. You recognise it. You recognise it. Yes. So anyway, we got it together that evening, I have to say, and we met in Guildford. And I was immediately struck by Sunita, and I thought we could get on really quite well, is the best way I can describe it. And we've done a lot of things together, and we've had a very good time and so forth. And I thought, yeah, let's move this relationship on to the next level. That's a good idea. Now, the clue was in Puran's introduction. I thought, yeah, okay, where should we pop the question? So. We found ourselves in Venice last summer, and a friend of mine was just got married, so we were meeting up there. And I said, okay, on the Saturday I think it was, let's go and have lunch by the Rialto. It's a really romantic place in Venice. And so we stumbled by, and we went early. It was all kind of carefully planned. And then I said, oh, look, here's a table. Why don't we sit here? And she said, no, I don't want to sit there, that was terribly expensive. I said, oh, no, okay, it's okay. And I said, no, I told you, we're not sitting here. I know of a better place. Anyway, 4 hours later, I'd lost the will to live. We'd walked halfway across Venice. I couldn't find anywhere to sit anywhere. So I put that one, a tick in that box, and I thought, well, this isn't good. And it's quite interesting, if you try and do anything without Sunita buying into the idea, it's hopeless. And so I elected then to go, I had a brilliant idea about October time, and I said, okay, let's go to Guildford. It's like where we first met. We've not been out there. I'll take you out, we'll go to the cinema. And then there was a major domestic crisis that evening, and we went to the Toby Carberry, 100 yards from the house. So, and I used to get very, very tense before trying to ask her. He said, what's wrong with you? Etc. So I ended up asking her in the kitchen. She said, I'll think about it. I'm not happy about it. She still looks fantastic. So then I thought it would be good to put in her attributes, and I have to read them out very carefully here. So basically, I'd put number 1, she's an excellent communicator.